Capricorn, how's it going? I hope you're doing well. If you don't know me, I'm Alan. I'm here to bring you a tarot reading. We're gonna maybe talk about themes of love, career, finance, self-improvement. If you're up to all those subjects, please keep watching just so we can see what the cards gotta tell you today. This video is being recorded on November 22nd, 2025, and it will be valid all the way across. Since I don't have a set schedule yet for readings, I'm still, getting all set up with this YouTube thing, and I got other things that I need to take care of. I don't have like a set schedule, but you can always subscribe to the channel, and you can get updates down further down the road. Jesus Christ. Anyways, we're gonna get 9 cards, 9 tarot cards. I'm gonna be using my Diablo Tarot deck. Yes, it is dark. Yes, it is really like kind of gruesome, but I like to use it in a way that we can actually look at things in a different perspective, not like rose-colored glasses. I can be very optimistic about things, but also we need a little bit of the dark in everything that we have in our lives. So with that said, let's get 3 cards over here. We got What You See Is Never What You Get by Mystique. What you see is never what you get. We got Scarlet Witch, Capricorn, Explore Beyond the Veil. And next up, we got Shuri with If Something Is Broken, Make It Better. Cool, so it looks like we may be talking about illusion. We're talking about maybe looking inside, analyzing feelings, analyzing things that are not actually seen to the naked eye. If something is broken, make it better. I feel like this is also gonna take into terms of self-improvement. I'm gonna lay down our 9 cards. First of all, we got the 7 of Cups. You may be going through a phase where you are having a whole lot of choices to make. But with every single choice or every single choices that may show up in front of you, you may get into the sense of analysis paralysis. When one thing just simply pops up in front of you and you gotta one single thing just pops up in front of you, you get to pick and choose right away what's in front of you. But a lot of times we are given way too many options and we end up not making the right choices that may actually align to us. So this is the first 7 of Cups that we got in your reading. Next up, we got the King of Swords. It may be a little time for you to actually start making decisions, start having a clear mind in order to make decisions. This may be a call for you to actually, start analyzing and assessing what is actually needed to get things done. What is actually needed to make a choice. Look at what you actually need for yourself. Make a discernment, just so you can make a decision. So this may be a call for you to actually, to know that you have a calling, you have something new coming. We got the 9 of Pentacles. This sits as our solution at the very moment. Just be ready, Capricorn. It looks like you will have something coming up to you. Again, I'm looking at the hooks and chains on this picture. Just know that you may have to make a choice in the foreseeable future that you will actually be hooked, you will be chained to it, but not necessarily in a bad way. It just means that those choices will most likely define what you got coming through the near future. Next up, you got the 9 of Pentacles on reverse. This may be a look for you to start having a more positive look onto yourself. Give yourself a little bit more value, give yourself a little bit more. Don't get shortchanged by other people. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. You gotta know what do you value? what do you do? You know, how do you improve other people's lives if that's the case? Just be aware that you have anybody have any sorts of value. Anybody. You know, we all got different qualities. We all got different things to defend, to be, you know, behind a vision. Just so know that you need to start looking into that a little bit more. Whew. We got this 7 of Swords. This is pretty much sitting in front of what you see is never what you get. Just be aware that you may have either other people or feelings, thoughts behind you that you just simply will make up a smoke screen. I think smoke screen is probably the best word for it. Just be aware that there may be things hidden in the shadows. So it might be important for you to actually look at all the terms and conditions of whatever choices that are coming to you. Next up, we got the 6 of Pentacles. This may be a signal of gain. This may be a signal of abundance, or this may be a signal of giving. When this card is actually, you know, sitting by the 7 of Swords, I get a little bit apprehensive. I almost hear like, be aware, or be watching for people who use your attention for the wrong reasons. Next up, we got the 5 of Cups on reverse. This may signify you're trying to get out of a grieving cycle or something that has been lost, where you just feel apathetic about things. You know, sometimes we are necessarily, you know, trying to get out of a certain vibe. We think that we are completely out of it until somebody just says something or just do something really, really small, but it will actually just get you off your track. So that may be a call for you to actually be a little aware of what's around you. Next up, we got the 5 of Pentacles on reverse. You may be getting out of a process of poverty. You may be getting new ideas, maybe getting new resources, but it's important for you to actually start making those resources work for you. You know, you just gotta better yourself. You gotta better yourself to get out of those temptations that may be completely ruining you. Next up, we got the Queen of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles. This is the motherly, nurturing things that you care about. You know, you see her holding a baby, and also she's holding a coin. So this either may be someone in your life, or maybe yourself, who is a very warm, very steady, very abundant. So now we're gonna get to all those cards that may be together, and we'll try to link it up. All sorts of, you know, different possibilities that we got over here. So when we get the what you see is never what you get, this may be looking for, you know, deception, getting out of some sort of trauma, getting out of some sort of memory. As I said again, just be aware that once you try to get out of that funk, once you get out of that those ideas, you're just, you know, crying over the spilled milk. You just gotta be careful that other people may be around, and how you actually pay attention to those things, what you actually give your time and energy into. That's pretty much what this 6 of Pentacles calls for me. You know, you get out of the funk, but you also have that little period where you gotta pick and choose where you're gonna put your attention on. If it's something that really bothers you, let's say, in my case, say I'm a widower, right? If you keep the picture of your loved one just sitting around all over the place, you're constantly gonna be being given memories about that said person, and that said person brings you certain, you know, emotion. So just be watchful for that. A lot of times we set certain things up, or we try to set ourselves, or we think that we are doing actually something good, but we are completely moving outside of the scope. if that makes sense. You know, yeah, it's important to honor your loved ones, you know, in at least in my point of view, in that situation. Yes, it is important. But as for personal experience, the more you have all those, you know, these people's images, or you know, those memories just sitting around reminding you all over the place, you can't actually get a clean slate and move forward, if that makes sense. Next up, we got the Explore Beyond the Veil. Explore Beyond the Veil. And then we got the King of Swords. We got the Seven of Cups and the Knight of Pentacles. You know, it is that time of the year that you need to start looking a little bit inside, start looking at what are your options at the moment, and start looking at things that are currently moving for yourself. How can you improve those things? How can you actually make better choices? How can you actually make better decisions? If you're having a hard time doing those things, this King of Swords, it might also be a signal of looking for somebody a little bit older that you may want to consult with. And this person may actually give you some really good advice. You know, and there's nothing wrong with asking for help as long as you want to be helped and the other person want to help, of course. But sometimes we just need to have, you know, a second opinion. Sometimes we need to have someone who will actually put us in the right path. So if you're having a moment, you know, of all sorts of illusions, all sorts of choices, and you need to pick a choice, just, you know, if you want to ask for help, if you want to ask for somebody else to help you out with a decision, with some decision making, yeah, that's cool. But you also need to understand their point of view, and you need to understand how their point of view might affect you if you make certain decisions. So time to look inside, time to get clear-headed in what decisions you may have in the future. Lastly, we got Shuri with if something is broken, make it better. It may be, you know, at least this row completely talks about pentacles. So we may be touching subjects into resources, money. So we got the Knight of Pentacles on reverse, we got the Five of Pentacles on reverse, and we got the Queen of Pentacles. I feel like this is that time when you have to assess your own value, and you get to understand where you're coming from, how are you gonna get there. You know, watch out for self-sabotaging and understand your own worth and your own value. This might be a time for you to actually nurture yourself just a little bit more. Treat yourself like a little baby, not in a bad way. Don't be, you know, completely childish, but it is important that we look at what actually brings us happiness. You know, if certain plans are not going through the way they are, then how can we make it better? Start asking yourself why or how can I make this better for myself? That's something to look forward to. All right. With that said, I'm just gonna close this one out. Capricorn, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you would like to buy me a coffee, there are donation links down in the description below. And I would really appreciate if you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment down below how this message resonated with you. How can you use this message going forward? I would really be interested to know that. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace. Bye-bye.